Hello everyone, and welcome to 6th grade Computer Cycle. I'm Mrs. Sharp. I'm sorry I'm not there with you today. A couple of things to note when you first come into the classroom. I ask that you please put all of your books and pencils and items in the cubby that you will see in the corner, or there is the metal rack at the end of the set of computers in the center. When you're looking for a seat, we don't have assigned seats. I ask that you all sit in the seats closest to the board and leave that back row nearest the cubbies. You are going to log into your Google Drive and join the classroom, which you may have done so already. A couple of things that I'm going to have you do. A little bit of programming. Now, we've heard of programming based on computers, of course. However, programming, its most basic definition, is a list of directions to follow on a routine basis. When you come into my room, what I'm going to ask you to do is look to see if there's a do now on the board, and then you're going to put your books away. You'll find your seat and you'll adjust them, you'll sign on, and you will get to work. Generally, at this point, you'll probably be going into the classroom for your assignments every day. You're going to ask me if you have homework. Well, not really, but sort of. Sometimes, if you need to work on something from home, you might have things that you haven't had the opportunity to finish up in class. Generally, there should be plenty of time in class for you to finish up everything that you need to finish up. However, everything but one assignment will be available for you to be able to work on from home. Second thing you're going to need is some creativity. And we're all creative people, just in different ways. You just need to find which way you are creative. I also ask that there is no gum chewing for this class, so please, when you walk in, spit your gum out into the trash can next to the door. The rectangular one, not the round one, that's recycle. Classroom rules. That's your workstation in front of you. The equipment with the keyboard, the headphones are on the back of the monitor, and the computers. Keep your hands to yourself. This is just your workstation. The chairs. The chairs only need to be adjusted once when you first come in, so you don't need to clank that handle on the seat on the side. Keep your feet off the seat, please. And the chairs aren't for rolling around like the Node chairs. These are merely just to turn and get you in and out of your seat, and that is it. Now, this is a lot of words. Basically, this policy was what you had re-signed when you signed into ASP. What it comes down to is you're going to not make any changes to the desktop. Don't put any extra icons on there. Don't change the wallpaper. It's for school-related use only. You're not copying any other items from other people. You don't make changes to other people's files. You don't sign on as anyone else. You don't need to look at anyone else's files. Anything you save is for school-related use only. That includes anything that you save into your Google Drive. And you need to ask to print or retrieve any documents. For the most part, there is nothing you're going to need to print. Everything's going to be graded electronically. Acceptable use policy. Again, school-related use only. Going to be working cooperatively. You only use your own account. You don't log on into any outside websites that require personal information unless otherwise directed. And we're going to be working on good digital citizenship. Other computer lab times. The AM computer lab that is in here from 7:25 to 7:40. You need to get the passes in the auditorium in the mornings. Media Center passes at lunch. Anything that is on the computers in this room are also on the computers in the Media Center. Extra help. Obviously, I am not available for extra help as I am out with a broken leg. So, if there's any help that you might need that can't be addressed by the teacher that is with you, by all means, please feel free to email me. Supplies. Borrowing supplies. Anything on the desk is something that you need to ask to borrow, unless it's something like the tissues. The tissues should be on the desk or on the green filing cabinet in the corner by the door. There is hand sanitizer next to the door that may or may not work, as well as hand sanitizer on the front desk. I'm going going to skip over number 4. End of the period. I ask that you make sure that you know how to sign out of your computer. If you don't know how to sign out of your computer, I will show you. You're going to click on the Windows. You're going to go to the little icon that looks like a person. And when you click on that, you will see sign out. You don't need to shut down, you just need to sign out. And for the most part, unless you're in 9th period, you are not going to shut your computer off. Anyone in 9th period, you are going to choose to shut down your computer. If it ever says update and shut down, let it do that, and then you will turn your monitors off. Come to class to learn. Be on time, but if you're not, I request that you come in quietly and respectfully. If you're coming in without a pass, please put your books down and go have a seat and sign on. Sign out sheet. Look around for the green filing cabinet. On top of the green filing cabinet is the sign out sheet. The nearest bathroom is up towards the 300 wing. When should you request? Obviously when you need to do what you need to do. However, if you are able to wait until you are working independently, then that is the best time to request to leave so you are not missing instructions. I'm going to skip over the three before me and talk about your other resources. Now, there is obviously a classroom that you have already joined, hopefully at this point. Partner and neighbor, you by all means can ask someone within an arm's reach of you that is where you do not have to get up out of your seat, and something that will be called the Google site and the or the web quest interchangeably, depending on how I write that in your assignments. In the classroom, you will see that there is a link. I will show you. When you are in the classroom, at the bottom, you will see that there is a link to the, as I said, Google site or website. What you are going to find is this page here. This has all the resources that we are going to be using throughout the cycle. I highly suggest that you bookmark it by clicking on the star. If before you have clicked on the star, you need to make sure that you are signed on. Right here, it should say your name. If it doesn't, then you need to click on it and you need to sign in first before you click this on. Second thing you need to make sure of, generally when you do sign on, your bookmark bar, that's this right here, shows up. If that has not shown up, if you click on, I call this the Skinny Snowman, click on the Skinny Snowman, you can go to bookmarks and you can choose show bookmark bar, and that will show up. Your bookmark should follow you. Generally, when you log into the computer, it does log you into Chrome. Now, all of this is done in Google Chrome. If you are using Edge, I highly suggest you close out of Edge and open up into Chrome. How are you going to be graded? The first project, in this case, we're going to probably modify the research, so we'll discuss that when we get to that. You're going to be submitting to me one Google Doc in the beginning, and you will be adding your assignments to the same doc, creating an entire package of different items or assignments that you might be, or that you will be doing throughout the cycle. You're going to be creating, after you do research, you're going to create a product, learning about the ad awareness and selling techniques. We're going to be making a magazine advertisement in Photoshop Elements. That is software. It's not something you'll be able to access from home unless it's something you own at home. Then you will be moving into taking that product and creating a commercial for it. You're going to create a rough draft of your commercial called a storyboard, and then finally a commercial using the website computer programming Scratch. What goes into making a magazine advertisement and a commercial video for your product? Well, you're going to come up with a new product for the M&M company. If you've seen the television show Shark Tank, The M&M company will be your Shark Tank. This is who you're presenting to. You are going to want to partner with them so that they will sell your product. So obviously your product should be something that the M&M company would be interested in making. After you do some research, you're going to create a magazine advertisement for it and to demonstrate that product. Here are some examples of previously created students' advertisements. They are not all perfect, but I wanted to give you an idea of different products other students have come up with in the past. Notice that they are not food products. They don't necessarily have to be products. They just are branded with something that the M&M company might be interested in making. So the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be gathering some facts. I'm not going to have you actually write the facts this go round, only because of Park we're going to save some time, and I'm just going to have you read through a few different pages. So we're going to make a little bit of changes going forward from this. Read this page to yourself. At this point, I'm going to ask that this is the end of this video. We're going to be moving on to the first assignment, which is where I'm going to ask you to start to do some research. I look forward to seeing your projects.